television show in its second year, Damages. Glenn Close plays an attorney who has left a trail of terror and scandal and destruction, and it looks like it finally caught up to her. Take a look.
You warned me that this would happen. When the FBI came to you and you turned them down, then they went after Pete.
I think he was protecting me.
Does Pete have anything incriminating on you? If he wakes up, Patty, the feds could still flip him. What are we gonna do? The only thing we can do. Wait.
It's such a good show. She's so good in it. Please welcome Glenn Close. But I have to tell you our first meeting, which I've talked about before. I did an interview with Glenn some years back when she was pregnant with her little girl, Annie, who is now how old?
20. Almost 21.
I am so depressed. I cannot tell you.
She's an actress, isn't she, Annie?
No. She wants to. She's studying art history.
Yeah.
There's no actress in your little brood?
No.
None of your children?
Anyway,
No.
21 years ago.
Amazing,
And I
huh?
remember with great affection. So we've been talking here. I'm looking at your shoes, which fit. Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
These
So
are good
did you buy
shoes.
these for $40? No.
No, these are...
Are you good on sales?
These were actually... No, I'm terrible. I'm a world's worst shopper. I hate shopping. Hate it.
Most of us do, except Sherry.
Yeah.
No, I hate it. I run in tears out of shops.
But now, you know, you've been on the best dressed list and the not so best dressed list.
Yeah,
you
worst
prefer
dressed list, it's called.
Like, you know, amongst friends, we don't want to just call each other out like that. But which do you prefer?
Definitely the worst dressed list.
Me too.
Definitely.
Why?
Well, because it means you're original. Right?
You don't have to live up to anything.
And actually, you think you look fabulous, so what difference does it make?
So you're delusional.
I'm delusional.
You know, Glenn, and I tell you, I was just going to say you are fabulous. We're watching Damages. You are so, you're terrifying. You're so ruthless, your character Patty, because you are so ruthless.
Yeah.
And this season, Patty is supposed to kill somebody, and you didn't like it. When they came
Last
to you,
season, the end of last season.
The end of last year.
The end of last season.
Yeah. I actually put a hit out on my...
Why didn't you...
But you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you said that doing this show is like
No,
reading
that
a
was a
novel.
surprise.
But you never know that they never tell you what's going to happen. You walk in and you find something. I don't want to do that. What happened?
Well, that was kind of a shock because I thought, gee, you know, that's dire to kill off the girl that's supposed to be your big protege.
Yeah.
But I could basically rationalize anything. And,
But do you come in and not know what's going to happen?
A lot of times, well, we know maybe the broad strokes of the season, but episode to episode, no. And it's just great fun. I love it.
Do you watch
It's like
it back?
living a novel.
Do you watch it? Do you watch your own show? Because I heard you don't watch any TV, but does yours include? Because it's so successful.
I do when I remember that it's on. Like I watched it last night. A bunch of us gathered together and watched it.
Fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, that's great. Any other shows that you like, or no?
I honestly don't spend a lot of time watching television.
No American Idol.
No. Every now and then.
No. You know, I read somewhere that when you were a young actor, people told you that doing television would ruin your movie career.
Oh,
now you're doing
absolutely.
television. How do you feel about it?
Absolutely. Well, I think the whole landscape has totally changed. When I back in the I started movies in the 80s, and World According to God was my first movie, and then I got something called Something About Amelia,
And then you got something called Fatal Attraction.
Fatal Attraction. I've always felt very strongly that if it's great material, who cares where it is?
So, with Fatal Attraction, which was 20 years ago, almost the same age as Little Annie, I mean, audiences were so shocked, and everybody here remembers it. You want to see a little clip? Yeah. Okay.
concussion.
That was a reshoot of an ending. The original ending, I killed myself, which I always thought that's what that character would have done. But it was so upsetting to audiences that they came back 6 months later. Thank God I hadn't cut my hair, and made her into a psychopath. But I didn't know. I mean, I think a lot. That was filmed at the basement of a Unitarian church. Not some of it, and also I got a concussion when he threw me against the thing. I didn't know that I was pregnant at the time.
Oh my goodness!
Yep, I found out later that
He's okay.
Yeah,
With the concussion.
Yeah.
But the movie changed your whole career.
It certainly, I think, opened it up. Hollywood loves it when you start at one place, and usually when you end up dead as a woman, they love that.
Love it. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did your dad love that? What was your dad's favorite movie?
My dad was so supportive, and I had the most wonderful series of phone calls with my father, who was a doctor.
Tell us very quickly. I know about your father.
Yeah.
Tell us very quickly about his career. It's amazing.
Well, he spent 17 years in Africa, and he was in the Congo when the first outbreak of Ebola, and he was instrumental in containing it and helping the CDC people who came in go up to where it had broken out, and also. But I would call him and say, Dad, if I shoot somebody point blank, should I have blood on me? Or Dad, if somebody tries to strangle me in the bathtub, what would happen to me physically? I mean, what's really going on? Or Dad, what kind of poison would really be good to?
It's like nobody tapped your phone. But he was a great man, your father, and ended up a small-town doctor seeing patients.
He did for 33 years.
Yeah.
It was his calling in rural Wyoming, giving him as good care as they would have gotten in any big urban center. Right. And he made his last house call 3 days before he died.
He was a great man. He has a great daughter. Yeah. Everyone in our audience is going to get a copy of the first season of Damages. You will really enjoy it. We'll be back with Rachel Maddow.